Yeah. Are we back? I think we're back. I had to redo the network. All right, so here's what we're building. We gotta build it really fast. I don't have a lot of time here. I gotta cram this stuff out really fast. Anyway, so we're doing Breaking Lab, the Heisenberg lab, which we talked about doing. Here's my Proxmox. My super secret password is online for y'all to see. And we got to get rid of some of these systems. I actually think I'm just going to tear these down. I'm going to leave Bastion because I've been working on it recently. I don't think I committed that. See, before we do any of this, let's go make sure we committed everything. I need to make sure I committed everything. Looks like I killed it. Was term. I need to fix this. Can you guys still see? I'm guessing no. All right, here we go. Here we go. So let's do this. Let's say tmux a no tmux ssh. We have node 1 local. Actually, let's build a new host here. I need to make sure this stuff we made got committed though. And I don't think it did. HCICD. Working commit. This is in my GitHub if you want to go in there. We did do some changes to the kubespray extension, and we did not add a submodule. We are not going to do that. LVG would be happy to hear that. So there's our kubespray code. I just want to make sure this is saved because we're going to chuck this entire instance. We're going to make room for other things. So I don't think there's anything else over here that we need. I'm just checking. Lab, Homo, CICD, Case Harbor. I think all the Case Harbor stuff that's what I started it for. I was doing harbor testing and NFS stuff. I was like testing storage costs. Last time I was in here. Oh shit. Keep live secrets. This is me starting to do the secret stuff. Harbor admin password. Oh no, there's my password. Oh no, whatever will I do? My TLS certs and my secrets. There's my secrets. Yay. Yeah, I was doing secrets testing. It's not even up. Don't get excited. It's not up. None of it's up. I was practicing some secrets work to do automated secrets management. Yeah. I don't think I need to save any of that, so we're good. I log got pushed, right? Wait. What's the build script? Did that change? All right, so we had this secrets thing get changed. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I need any of that. Just checking real quick. Hit ignore maybe. Generate secrets. Yeah, we don't need that either. Yeah, I don't need any of this. This is me trying to make a better secrets handler. So git status. We're just gonna delete this. Yeah, I'm hesitating because I'm trying to decide how much this stuff I can throw away and rebuild, and how much time I have. All right, so just so everybody knows, so you can help me stay on track, we have got to fully upgrade Kubernetes. We have to practice fully upgrading Kubernetes without its KSAPs by going from version 2.24 to the current version, which is 2.28 dot whatever. It's like 7 or 8 versions, and each version has to be independently done. We just found that out yesterday. We read a line on the kubespray thing. There's actually an issue open because people were jumping versions on kubespray and they were dying. And so we can't do that. We have to practice upgrading every version and then I have to apply that by Monday at work. I have to have that working in the sandbox at work. So what am I trying to say here? So this is my let me find my to do. Let me go. The to do is my strategy of the things I need to do over the next week. Okay. Gates is 1.33, but I'm talking about kubespray. So kubespray is so yeah, what we need to do is go to the n-1 on Kates. So Kates is 1.3, so we're going to upgrade to Kubernetes 1.32. And then we have to find the kubespray that goes with that, and then we have to upgrade to that. Okay. And we need to practice that entire upgrade procedure in my home lab because I need to do that live at work. And even though we have a sandbox, so we're doing it in the sandbox first, and then we're going to do it in production. So our production cluster is going to have to be upgraded 8 times in a row. That means we have got to do this entire thing and have it nailed. It's got to be totally locked down how we're going to do this. We're not going to use Proxmox Terraform. Do you have Proxmox for Red Hat? Should I just use the Terraform? Should I just use the Terraform? That might be faster. Do you have Rocky Linux? What Red Hat do you use, Billy? I'm sorry, I'm calling you by your real name. I can't help it. Do you have Proxmox? I mean, do you have the Terraform provisioner that will do a Red Hat? You just have to change the ISO. I heard last time I looked at Proxmox and Terraform. I was told that the Proxmox provisioner for Terraform wasn't very good, and it falls behind all the time. I mean, if you want to get it for me in 15 minutes, I'd love that. I mean, I'd be extremely happy by that. I know how good you are. I mean, you are phenomenal. So do I still want to do my NFS mounts and everything here? I'm going to get rid of all those. I'm just starting to randomly delete stuff here because reasons. I actually need to free up the space. We did a whole thing on how to provision and size your home lab, which we call Breaking Lab, because I am the one who admins. A version of Rocky, I don't know what version is the latest. Honestly, let me find out where we are at work. I'm just asking a friend at work so we can get the version of Rocky, because I actually need to get the ISO downloaded and get it working. And Proxmox, the way this works, guys, is you load Proxmox. I'm still bad at this, but you put your Proxmox images. You put your ISO images into Proxmox. Uh-huh. I don't. I want to match the versions. I could probably go on a node and do. Well, how would you find out? Would it be ls-f? It wouldn't be uname-a. What does Chloe think? How do I look up the version of Red Hat my systems? It's not Red Hat. It's ls. It's not ls-f. It's ls release. I'm using Packer. Interesting. Is it cat? That'll work too. Yeah, cat ls release. I could have just asked you. Yeah, let's do that. I'm just gonna delete this question. I don't want to waste people's time. All right, I'm going out to a node. I'm going out to actually. I wonder if that's in node feature discovery. Is it? We do have the right provision. We do have the right kit subs for middle LB, storage, and Istio for the upgrade to take. But yeah. Give me a sec. I'm trying to get on the nodes here. Okay, get no satisfaction. I will be with you guys shortly. God damn it. I cannot get locked in. I'm having login problems. We've moved stuff around. We have two clusters, so I have to do a different kubectl and a different klogin. I could have swore that we changed. Oh, we did not distribute the keylogin properly, and I'm kind of worried about this. I logged into a different machine, and our keylogin does not work. I actually think we have a problem. I think somebody deleted our synced login program. And I'm kind of worried about that. I need to ask a question at work. Just give me a real quick second. All right, so I learned something today. I learned, hey, how you doing? Good to see you, Esther. Um, so what turns out to be the problem is I found something out about kubectl today. kubectl completion does not find everything in your path. It only returns the commands that it knows about. It does not return commands that you have added into the path. That is worth noting if you don't know what I'm talking about. So we made, so those of you who don't know about this, so kubectl, let me show you what I'm saying. Like if you say, and this just tripped me up big time, okay? Because we made a login command, to use with kubectl. And those of you who don't know, if you add any binary, any executable, that has the name kubectl dash and then has something after it, and it's in the path, and you know the path like something like this, right? Then it will be, you can use it. So I could do case. So what we were doing is like this. We were doing this beta login, right? And that would be fine if I had a beta login in the past. So, but if you do kubectl whatever, you do type like this, it doesn't show you all the stuff. So let me show you what I mean. So you see how there's no login in here? I just want to illustrate this point for you really quickly because I just got burned by this. Okay, so like if I put something in the k login path, so let's say this. Let's say I don't know, new x. Let's do new x kubectl dash login. Okay. Now I'm making a new script called kubectl login, and we say echo I would login, and we'll save that. All right. So now when I do k tab tab, it should have, there it is. The command login is a plugin installed by the user. Okay. This kubectl shows you it. You see how it shows you login there? So what it'll do is I do login tab tab, and it'll run it. It'll say I would log in. Okay, this is a really cool thing. It's used all over the place in other things, but this is a standard way to extend kubectl. So if you want to add, so let's say you're working on a multi-user jump host like we are at work, and you want to have a lot of people have an opportunity to do things there. You can put your login script or whatever, you can put it in there, right? So we have another one called beta login, which of course if I was going to do that, I would do this. I would say we have two clusters, jump hosts. So we can say echo would prompt for pasting OAuth token, which I wrote. So we can say that, and now I can say k beta tab tab. Now here's the problem. Okay, I went to do tab tab on beta login, and it didn't show up because I think I'm about to confirm it's an old version of kubectl, like a really old version of kubectl. And I'm about to go check that out. So give me a second. Yeah, we have a very old version of this. So I'm actually going to bring this up with the team because this is bad. Like if your kubectl gets more than 3 versions behind the Kubernetes cluster, it won't work. So the reason that's bad is because our new cluster is like 7 or 8 versions newer than our old cluster, but we're still using the old kubectl on our jump host to connect to the old cluster, which means that if you're going to upgrade your cluster, you better make sure, if you're going to maintain support for an older cluster as well, that you rename the file or something, right? It doesn't work. I mean, here it does. Here it works, right? And by the way, I know that these are different because the completion on the older computer that I'm on at work does not show this like really awesome stuff because the completion algorithm has been different. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is my system works, and I was expecting to be able to do login and hit tab because I know that works. That's what I've been doing in my life forever. And I went over to my work computer and did the same thing, and it didn't show up. And then I panicked because then I thought beta login was not installed, or it had been deleted or something. And then I went to the team and said, where the hell did beta login go? And they're like, oh, it's still there. And then I'm like, well, why isn't it showing a completion? And now I don't know why. I think the reason is because our kubectl is too ancient, and this is a good reminder to the team. We need to update kubectl immediately. So because yeah, none of the custom stuff is showing up. And then I'm going to do a K version, right? A kubectl version dash v, and okay, so our version is, this version information is deprecated and will replace with output from blah blah blah. Use output YAML control to get the full version. Major. Okay, so we are on 1.24. We are on 1.24. We are 9 versions behind. 9 major versions behind in our cluster. So that's insane. That is so far out of support. I can't even tell you. So okay. This is just really important. All right. I have to take a moment and share this with the team. Give me a second. I'll be right back. So this is important because this is a part of the upku. You know, one of the things that we kind of glazed over is upgrading kubectl when you upgrade your cluster. That is not upgraded by kubespray. It updates it on the nodes, but it doesn't update it for your users. So you got to make sure you put this in your list of things to tell people to do. You got to give them a release to the new kubectl or tell them to go get it. Because if they don't do that, they can end up doing things that Kubernetes doesn't support. So that's a problem, right? Wait, what? All right, so mystery solved. I'm logged in. So, but now I'm just trying to look at the version of the node. That's all I was really trying to do. So let me do a node inspection. I'm just doing some node inspection. I think I can do node feature discovery and catch the OS version and all that jazz, which is one of the required things that we put on everything. It's an add-on, but it helps you get affinity right in your cluster. So I'm just randomly picking one. And it says architecture 64 proxy machine operating system Linux OS image Red Hat Enterprise Linux 9.4 Plow. So there you go. I'll put that in the chat so we have that. Red Hat Linux 9.4. What is that old? I think it's pretty damn old. You picked 9.6? That's fine. Let's just use 6. Let's just use 6. Let's just use 6. I don't care. How new is 6? I don't care. I don't care. It's my home lab. I'm sure it's not that bad, said the production infrastructure engineer never. Okay, well, at least we're not going to 10. Yeah, I think we're probably fine. I think. Famous last words. Oh, it'll be fine. It'll be compatible. Said every engineer ever who then got burned. I want a Swedish fish and some coffee. Are we having fun yet? I must be really loud. I think I'm really loud. Uh-oh. 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 Does this work? It works, but you can't see my coffee. You can't see my coffee machine. Can't see it. It's no fun if you can't see the coffee machine. I mean, I just need a coffee cam. I'm gonna make a coffee cam right here. I'm gonna like put a camera right here. I need water. Also, I need to clean it. We're doing that in the morning though. All right, we're getting Red Hat image, and we're gonna install Red Hat everywhere. And I guess I'm gonna use a Terraform provider. I'm gonna try it. Might as well. I was just gonna make a snapshot and duplicate it, but if we can get a provider, it might be faster. You know what I'm saying? You think a provider might be faster? Sounds like the answer is yes. How do you get started with text streaming? Um, that's a great question. Can you come back during the morning or the evening? I'm at work right now. I'm at work coding Ghost. So I would love to help you out with that question during a break, which actually we're drinking coffee. Let me answer that right now while Vera does all the work. Registering Red Hat 9. Are you putting Rocky 9? You're doing Rocky 9.4, yeah? Wait. I have a question. I'll put this like this. How's that? Is that better? It's always hard to type like that though. 9.6, nice. All right, thank you. So let's go to small mode again. And stuff. We're gonna do stuff. All right, so what are we doing? I want to find yeah, I have to find something really quick. Rocky Linux, I am the one who administers. I don't know if it's Alma or Rocky. I think Alma has better stickers actually. I'm pretty sure it's Alma. So we went to Southeast Linux Fest and that's where we got the stickers. I am. I just want to find it right now. Man, it's like I can't up. Yeah. I think it's Alma Linux. These are all lame. These are all lame. I know we're at work, right? I'm looking at stickers. Um, I don't. I can't remember. I can't remember where I got it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That was all. I just had to spend some time. Come back in the morning. What's your time zone? Oh, wait. Yeah, that's right. You might be really late. I'll tell you what. While I finish the coffee, I'll talk about that. But then we gotta get back to work, right? We do. We have to get back to work, everybody. I know. I'm sorry that I'm not. But we're gonna put. We how much time we got? Okay, we can do this. We'll up a coffee to get going. I'm already kind of going. Um, I'm improving a PR while we talk too. Has this already been approved? Include script instructions. I'm doing PR reviews right now too. Review changes, approve, submit review. Okay, approve those changes. I'm at work, just so you guys know. So I'm like legit at work. Q macro, love you. How you doing? Good to see you over there on YouTube in the suitable for work area of the internet, sort of. Oh, okay. Somebody asked quickly. See if we can do this in 2 or 3 minutes. Rocky Curl panicked on me 1 second. No problem. I mean, I appreciate you doing this, Spera. Thank you. Somebody asked a question. Actually, Coding Gusto asked the question, how do I stream Texta? And the question is pretty easy. You get a Mac and OBS. Look, you asked, okay? You asked me, I'm telling you the answer. That's my answer. How do I stream Linux? You buy a Mac. And then if you want to do what I'm doing, this is all Mac. This is Mac all day, every day. It's super awesome. I can't stress it enough how awesome it is. And Mac streaming is rock solid. Rock solid over Wi-Fi. Upstream is not always rock solid, but rock solid over to Wi-Fi. And so you just stream this on your screen. And then you put OBS on there. You put OBS on there. If you want to stream to YouTube and Twitch and Facebook at the same time like I'm doing right now, you go ahead and get Restream. You pay your $80 a year, and that's it. That's it. Then you just stream. You just do whatever you normally do over here, including fishies. Right? Q Macro? Q Macro is here. DJ Adams is here. So we gotta celebrate DJ Adams' contributions to RWX Rob, which include a a which include a fish that is whoopsie. This includes a fish that has an RWX on it that I'm pretty sure QMacro did. QMacro fixed that for me. He he patched my fishies program, my Pearl fishies program. So long time ago, long time. He's over where you are. I don't know if you want me to dox that. Things have changed over here. I'm still in the same company, but I can't say where. So, but I'm now separated, hence the live streaming. Yeah. There's nobody in the house to tell me I can't stream in the kitchen now, which was not a good idea before anyway. I was totally down with not doing that, but now it's much easier. So anyway, the question was, how do you start streaming tech? You get a computer that's solid, okay? And in my opinion, Mac is the way to go. You patch it is in what? You patched it in it was so nice that you patched it. I appreciate so much for that, doing it. People see the RWX on that fish all the time and they're like, wait a second, this is ASCII fish? Where'd you get that? And I tell them QMacro added it for me. I'm waiting around for one of them to come. I super love that you did that. That was very thoughtful. Thank you. There's conversation happening about accurate display of GPUs on our Grafana dashboard. And that is the thing to talk about another day. But if anybody has any questions about your SodaSV, yeah, living on your neighborhood, that is so cool. I want to be you. I want to be you. I do love my play. I might come visit. I'm very serious. I'm seriously like, I have to get, hey, there it is. There it is. There's QMacro, DJ Adams' contribution. He had the IWX on that fish. Yay! Big time rockstar vibes. Rockstar vibes from DJ Adams. All right, so oh my God, there's two at one time. It's like they heard me talking about them or something. Here, fishy. Here, fishy, fishy, fishy. Here, fishy, fishy, fishy. It's a live stream. It's a live stream. You're supposed to be whatever. I don't know. I don't even know what to say there. Pretend. Did you get your answer questioned? Did you get your question answered? Whoever asked about how to text stream, I told you. Right? It's it. Actually, text streaming is pretty damn easy. It is. It's like you get a Twitch account, you get a YouTube account, get a Facebook account. Sign up, install OBS on your Mac or Windows machine. If you're going to do it on Linux, you're going to suffer. I know because they did it. You can do it, but you have to suffer to do it. Just like everything in Linux, you suffer, but then you brag about the suffering. That's the Linux way. So, am I wrong? Okay, enough fishies, enough stuff. Like, how do you get interested? What's it? What? How do you, what? I mean, I like how to get it interesting for viewers. I feel like everyone is disengaged on longer periods of time. I mean, that's fair. I don't think about that though. I'm just me. Just be you. You don't need to, who cares? Who cares how many people watch? I've seen streamers with like 3 people and they're like awesome. Unless, I mean, if your goal is to make money streaming in tech and get popular or something, then I don't know what to tell you. Get a bouncy ball and like make penis jokes. I mean, I don't know. Make yourself some fancy spaceship, or I don't know, hide yourself behind animated ASCII art. Or I don't know, put fish on the screen randomly while you're dancing to like rock music. Just be stupid. People love stupid. Or you could dress up like a hacker and you could put like a hoodie on. If you want to become a famous streamer, just don't do tech. Yeah. Yeah. Grow boobs. I mean, I don't, that was not suitable for work. I apologize. If you want to become a famous streamer, or interview starts about Linux. Excuse me, ma'am. Do I know George Hutz? I know of George Hutz. What? If he's famous, I have never heard of him. I have no idea who that is. I have a job. Does George Hutz have a job? The people that I find like interesting and compelling to watch, number one, they have a job and it's not streaming. Number two, they're good at their job and they don't talk about it a lot. Hence, they don't stream. George Hutz is famous because of streaming. He interviewed, yeah, he invented his own job. He's the one who fixed the kernel panic. Oh, goody. The CEO of Command AI, the self-driven alternative to Tesla. Oh, yeah. I know this dude. This is yeah. I've heard of this guy. This is the guy who rootkitted like a phone too, right? He got famous for rooting a phone or something. Yeah. Not impressed, but I have nothing against you, George. You're probably a wonderful person. If you're living in Silicon Valley, probably not though. The chances of you being a good person living in Silicon Valley are substantially reduced, we'll say. How about that? Is that fair? I'm kind of giving away my biases here. Can we get back to work now? The chances, if you're living in England, your chances are very high that you're awesome. You've been living in China for the last 3 months? I don't know what to say to that. I'm kind of like blown away. Are they paying him? Shenzhen's offering $10,000 to just come randomly stream in Shenzhen, China. And I'm like, hell yeah, bring it. Bring it. Bring it. Bring it. Bring it with a side of dumplings. Paul C has businesses there. He hasn't been living there though. Why are we talking about this guy? I haven't give a shit. I could give less of a shit. Is he producing value for the world? That's what I want to know. Is this person producing value for our beautiful Mother Earth and all the people who live in it? Or are they just blah 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 like some random streamer with fish on the screen and drinking too much coffee? Are they blah blah blah? I don't like those people. I don't like that. I want people who produce value. Which, okay, speaking of producing value, do me tell you, no, I'm not telling you anything about my job. You can watch what I'm doing and learn about my job. I'm telling you where I work. I would never do that. It's inappropriate. Sharing where you work on the internet and streaming it, including streaming your whole entire security architecture, which I have seen Twitch streamers do, is wrong. It's wrong. It's unethical. It's bad. They used to have HR videos about it. Don't go into that pub with that badge because you might get corporate espionage. Okay. I work in cyber and I'd be fishing. Cannot believe it. I can't. If the person who's working for the guy, look, telling a company, telling anybody even where you live is a warning. Telling them your security architecture and discussing security possibilities and how to defend your company and here's how we do it at our company, that's a fucking fireable offense. You do not share that shit publicly, period. But Gen Z hasn't got the fucking memo. I'm sorry. Calm down. Calm down, Rob. Okay, Zen. Says the guy who live streams from his home with the address and everything. When it comes to my personal security, that's one thing. When it comes from my corporate security and the company that I work for, that they pay me for, that I have a contractual relationship to protect, I am not volunteering that information, period. And I think it's unethical to do it. There are people who flex where they work on stream to brag about it, and all they're doing is handing over all kinds of OPSEC attacks against them, and I think it's fucking horrible. I always have, so you're never going to hear where I work. And I'm not attacking you, I'm just pissed. If you can pursue your entire security infrastructure, yes. I'd recommend firing, right? And you are a cybersecurity person, right? Security theater to be damned, absolutely. Security through obscurity, I feel like open source is Bob, yes. I work in the best place ever, there you go. Principal manager, what did I just click on? Jesus, Rob is going off on chat. Somebody asked where I work kind of thing, and I said, don't ask that. And I was not mad at them. Please understand. I'm mad at people who have established as normal. They're kind of, the status quo is becoming share where you work and wear it on your sleeve publicly on the internet, and including all your internal architecture details. That pisses me off because that is not the status quo. It never should have been. That's what I'm ranting against, right? Anyway, I'm fine with me saying that. Garage, are you talking about bouncing on a ball, people? No, I'm not talking about that person. I'm not talking about person. That, by the way, that's neither here nor there. I think, please don't misunderstand. I'm not attacking streamers. I'm attacking the idea, right? Okay. That was just an anecdote I threw in there. But there's more than one streamer who bouncy balls, by the way. Every streamer who bouncy balls is not a bad person. I'm not saying that. That's not what I'm saying. So please don't fill between the lines and figure out who I'm talking about. By the way, if you're thinking of who I'm thinking, that person has never done that. That person has never divulged their security architecture. And so please don't try to fill in the between the lines there. Don't guess. You'll get it wrong. Pixel with the cringe. This is suitable for work time, Pixel. The pink panties time is later. Ignore, don't engage. See, I just wanted to know what you do. So you're on DevOps. Yeah. I don't use the word DevOps. I don't think anybody should, but that's fine. I am a system development engineer. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about what I do by actually doing it, since I'm at work right now. How about that? Let's do that. All right. So that was enough. That was enough side quests here. Do we have an image? If not, I'll go ahead and download this one, Billy. Pimp. Of course, as soon as we say suitable for work, Pimp heard me say that and says, "Oh no, I'm coming to attack suitable for work right now." Friends, we're at work here. I know it's hard to tell, but I really am. I swear to God. Okay, so Tim say, how did I get completely logged out of Western? Did I? Oh, I rebooted. That's right. Give me a sec. Give me a second. So we're gonna do this here thing. Looks, and we're gonna rebuild some nodes in Proxmox. Actually, did I delete it already? I think I might have. I do on call shifts. Can we talk about that later? Like what I do? I'm not doing on-call shifts. I work randomly. I work remotely. Randomly and remotely, which means I work whenever is needed. And I'm not judged by how many hours I put in. I'm judged by how much I produce. Thank God. So control plane is going to die. Goodbye, control plane. I think I have to stop it before I delete it. I'm trying to decide how I can just. I don't know Proxmox, so I'm gonna learn here. So I'm really torn between these NFS mounts. I was using this for all kinds of good things. I'm gonna get rid of this Alpine. I want to do all this stuff from the command line, but I do not know how. So that's where we're at. Remove. Destroy VM11, purge from job configurations, destroy unreferenced dist owned by guests. Yes. Please enter 1112. Yes. Remove. 25th, what's up? You back to the Linux stuff? You're driving a new Fedora? Turn off, more remove, type BMD. How do you do it from the command line? Oh, let's do this. We're gonna get rid of this. I think this is a template. Yeah. I think I'm going to keep this template around. Okay, this Kate's node template. So okay, so just so you guys know, I'm gonna show you. So this right here, this bottom one right here, that one is basically Ubuntu up to a certain level, completely installed on a virtual machine, so it's snapshotted. So then I just have to duplicate the snapshot, and I get new VMs automatically. This one right here, is the same as Ubuntu, but it has all the Kubernetes stuff installed on it with kubeadm. And I'm no longer going to do that because we're going to be using kubespray. So that means that I can like delete these, I'm going to go ahead and just delete this guy right here. I don't know how to do that. Remove. This is just pretty destructive. This is also going to recover some stuff. We did a little bit of resource allocation and mathematics earlier. So we're not going to need that anymore. Yeah. Hey, 24th. Yeah, I'm actually really enjoying the work. Especially now that we've been doing a lot of it together here. I actually really enjoy the whole streaming of work as long as it doesn't violate security things, you know? So I don't know why I went off on that rant. Probably the coffee. I blame the coffee. Coffee makes me rant. You're like, drink more coffee. LBG, what's up? QM, stop. Because it's chemo? Seriously, that's it? I've donated Nixon and XOS. It's fantastic, but it's not going to get you a job. So I'm going to do LBG has entered the building, everybody. The rock star LBG is now here. I wish we could put LBG here instead of me. LBG's input has been astounding. Guess what? LBG, we talked them out. We talked them out of doing a submodule. Yeah. We're going to use a patch instead. Yeah. I talked with my friend who set it all up, and they said, you know, if you got a better way, and I said, let's talk through this as a team. And it was absolutely fantastic. Can I just say, I want to say, I'm going to zoom in for this. I want to say this one more time. I'm going to say it a million times. Okay. The value of a good team is worth at least 10% of your salary. At least. I'm just going to say it again. In my case, I don't even know what that number would be, but probably more than 10%. Because if you have a bad team and you are suffering through that, and by the way, you can't know this when you interview. You can't. If you can know it, the best way to know it is to do an internship or to like work for them temporarily or go in there and work a little bit, or maybe get some insight into the team by going to one of their team events, and you get to meet all the team and see how they behave, how they talk, and everything. It's a something. It's better than not knowing them. The point of it is, once you get working for a team, you're stuck with them, at least until you quit. So working with an amazing team, the reason I'm saying this is because yesterday, you guys know I was pounding my fist. I was all terrified about presenting everything. Rex has got a horrible Kickstarter. Do you know that whole thing's moving to bootable containers? Did you hear about this? Red Hat presented at Southeast Linux Fest, and they talked all about how they're moving everything to bootable containers. And I don't know if the guy was overstating it or not, so you might want to look into it. bootable containers. They're super cool. So just side quests for everybody there. Oh, you use bat? Oh, you do? You live it and love it? Oh my God, we got to talk. We got to talk because I want to do that eventually. But I don't think that's you can. I don't think you can use that in any form with Terraform or something like that yet. So working with a team is awesome. Make sure you have a good team. If in any way you can. If you have a bad team, get the fuck out of there. Fire the guy, get him fired or her, or else get out of there because you will not survive it. You will not. You might come away with it. You might still have a job, but emotionally, contextually, you'll get fat. You'll get cortisol in your body. You'll be all stressed because you don't want to go work every day because you have to deal with that asshole in the corner. That's all. So be careful who you work for. That's all. I actually want to try. So LBG is like giving me the command to run because as usual, I don't know it. And I'm going to do QM stop. I'm not on that box. Wait, I have to be on the jump post, huh? I think it's 16. I don't think it has a name. I have to go look at it. I have to log into the hypervisor, right? No, there's only root over here. All right, so okay, I want to learn my chemo commands. I really do. Hey, look, I guessed right. I'm doing this from the command line, people. I don't need no fucking GUI. Yeah, I did it before the thing came through. So QM. I just guessed. QM tab. What are the options? Oh, look at they have completion enabled. Nice. And they don't have any dashed options, thank God. QM, God, I love the modern tools. They're like using no get up stuff. QM stop. Wait, QM list. QM. I am gonna try to remove it without destroying it. You can't stop me. It failed. Stop. We could do this. We could say ID equals 111. Can you? I think. Do you need that? I don't even know if you do. Can you do both commands at the same time? You can destroy ID, QM, and wait. Stop. And QM destroy. Oh yeah. Not enough environment, not enough options. I did it wrong. Just doing because of fun. I mean, I'm generating because I want to, I'm streaming because I want to stream because I don't have any friends. That, if you must know. And it kind of helps people. Why would someone be like, dude, I stream myself going to the bathroom and taping my nipples. So, I don't know, fill in the blanks. Test self on proximity doing. Yes, it is. Yep. There we go. Successfully removed. Now watch, this is what we can do. We can say for I in 100 dot. I guess we're really going for it, aren't we? To 109. Do ID I destroy done. This is a big deal. I'm about to destroy my entire architecture. Yeah. So here we go. Damn. Hold your breath. I forgot the brackets. Can I do 11? Is that a thing? You're saying I could have got 11 too? I probably put a comma in there and did a 1 with 11. This is fine. Oh, Vera with the Rockstar solution. Vera's the Rockstar. Do you still have mod in here? I hope you do. You're such a Rockstar. Yeah, it's all gone. So it must have automatically seen the other stuff wasn't there. All right, check it. So if we go over here now. Oh, look, it's all done. Local LVM storage. These are storage points that I end up you know what? I can mount these into other stuff later. I don't need to. So yeah, I'm completely wiped out. Rip Bastion. I wanted Bastion to be dead. I wanted to kill Bastion. I actually checked what was on Bastion, and I committed everything to GitHub. So because we're gonna rebuild Bastion as, well, probably as the latest Ubuntu. I kind of want to terraform the whole thing, but I don't know. Wait. Where's our architecture? Our breaking lab architecture. So, Walt. Heisenberg is the management one, and Walt is the login box. We need to make a login box. What should my login box be? I was bashing before. We'll call it Walt. I think I'm going to put Ubuntu on here because I don't like managing shit that's not Ubuntu. All of my dot files are based on Ubuntu. I don't have any Red Hat support for that. And this is where I'm going to be doing Linux work. I don't have another Linux machine. This is the only one. This is the only place I'm going to have a Linux machine. So I could have kept Bastion, but I think it's probably fine for me to actually build up Walt again. I'm actually going to have to build Walt because I'm going to have to write a login code to do the rest of the stuff. So Vera, I'll be back for the Red Hat stuff. Do you want to make me an APT Terraform? Anybody? Bueller? If you want to, that'd be cool too. While you're doing that, I'll try to attempt to Terraform. I don't have the Terraform provisioner in Proxmox, so I don't know what I need. You know, maybe I should ask my AI about that, unless you guys know. So let's build Heisenberg. An apt. I need an Ubuntu image. I don't really need to. I can just build it from scratch. It's not that hard. But it would be kind of fun to see if I could get a Terraform rule for that. I'm gonna go pull up your the repo you gave me is for Red Hat. Yeah. On my down. Okay, let me go get the repo. Well, yeah. I'm just gonna put that here locally on my Mac. Yeah. The largest Linux distribution on the planet. Its directory bvera is officially in my repos. I think you're already here. Are you not? If you don't know about the GitHub command line tool, I am sorry for you. Clone bvera / Rob Terraform. Oopsie. I'm there already. Wait, where am I in the right place? Okay. NC Shell was fun to learn. Is it not? It's pretty fun, huh? Everybody loves Netcat when they find out about it. It's just so much fun. You can do so many things with it. You can basically make a server that is just a shell script. You can run Netcat against a bash loop and turn it into a server. It's so cool. I love that. That's like, you know, it's so cool. And you can put it on anything. Hackers have been doing this forever. Seriously, the first thing you do when you get on a box a lot of times will be fire up Netcat and call it something else. So, all right, let's do this. Let's go to, where are we going, my friends? You made a makefile for me? Or was this already there? Oh, you have phony rules. This is why I hate makefiles. Why didn't you just do this as a shell script? These are just functions in a shell script. I'm not attacking you. I just don't like phony makefiles. They're just easier as shell scripts because every one of these is a subshell. Every single line is a subshell. Tofu. What's up with tofu? What's that? I don't think I have tofu. Tofu. I have it on Misa. Wait, what? Main TF. I don't know. HashiCorp configuration language. Everybody hates it. Provider. Oh, you found the provider. Look at you. Interesting. Fork of Terraform. Tofu is a fork of Terraform. That's right, because Terraform went all corporate. HashiCorp. They got bought by IBM like everybody else. I used to work for IBM, full disclosure, for 10 years. Proxmox, Ansible. It's yet another open source project that goes, psych. We were, reveal, spoiler alert, we never were open source. We were always planning on selling out. That goes for Red Hat itself, by the way. And Red Hat fooled everybody in 2000, whenever. They fooled everybody. Oh, we're the new open source distro that you want to use, blah, blah, blah. They got everybody to go behind it. And then psych, corporate. Now they're IBM. Now that we're talking about changing the corporate name of IBM to Red Hat, because that's how big of a corporate shill they are. all the Debian Free Software Foundation open source kind of pro people, which wouldn't use open source as a term because they're Stallman friends, and Brent Stallman hates the term open source. He hates it. He wants free software, not open source. And yeah, damn, this is looking pretty good here. I am kind of sad that I don't have Terraform as in my plugins. Apparently, I have to get TF support in my plugins. What is it? What is it? I have to add it now. If I'm going to do Terraform thing, I didn't want to make this Terraform stream. I just want to get these boxes up so I can start doing my Kubernetes stuff. But I keep pulling on the thread. Yeah, give me a sec. This is a small thing I have to do. Terraform support in NeoVim. I would rather have it supported in Vim instead of NeoVim. If it turns out to be supported in NeoVim, I'll get it, but I don't care. Yeah, I'm finally using NeoVim. HashiVim. Use HashiVim Vim Terraform. Yeah. We don't need this. Enable file type detection. Isn't that already detected? I don't do stuff in NeoVim config init unless it has to be. I just don't. Here we go. Plug. If we have, let's see, if level plugins are detected, Vim pandoc, Vim ASCII doc, hail. Let's put this one in there. Wait. Hashi Vim. That might be enough. Should we see? Shall we see? Nope. We gotta explicitly set up a controller for it. I mean, a detector. There we go. She's just helping me remember. .tf bars. Oh boy, I screwed up. Set Terraform. TF. No dice. It even says it's type Terraform. And the colors suck ass. What the hell? Why is it so ugly? Yeah, Vim, does it come with a kitchen sink yet? It should, right? I use Vim and I gave in and I used Neo. I was like, why not? Yeah, you could. There's a whole bunch of videos about that. I don't use the whole kitchen sink. I do progressive enhancement. So if it's NeoVim is there, I use NeoVim stuff. If it's not, I don't. And then I have just a standard VimRC for everything, and I only pull in NeoVim only configurations if that's detected. And there's actually a good way to do that. You can have the init file detect and use it at VimRC from NeoVim so that all your main configurations that are Vim specific don't travel with it. So if you want to be good on a machine that doesn't have NeoVim, you just take your .vimrc, put it over there, and you're fine. Had I not found out about that, I mean, I had been shitting on NeoVim forever for not using the VimRC, and then I found that out. Somebody told me, it's like, you can just do blah, 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 and I'm like, damn, okay. And then I mean, you already saw the screen key stuff at the top. That's all NeoVim. There are a lot of practical reasons to use Vim. Probably the best one is like the inline edits, errors and stuff is really amazing. I give a shit about the language server and all that stuff. I don't even use it. Do you get pull? Okay, so wow, that was a lot of changes. You're fast. Shit, you're fast. You're That's a technical term, by the way. What is up with no colors? I must have color. I don't have any Chloe, But I want colors, Chloe. Wait. Bonus plugins, Invim tree sitter. What? No. Sports Terraform, better syntax parsing. Pair with NLS or AL, Invim lint. Linting support would be great. Actually, I do want to do this eventually. Not right now, though. Put it on my to-do list. Where's my to-do? I'll put it in my to-do. Join the Satanic Temple. Right before I update NeoVim. I must join the Satanic Temple before I update NeoVim. Update NeoVim. Update NeoVim with Terraform, linter, and colors. I don't want to do that right now. I'm at work. I just thought it would be easy, and it's not. No surprise there. This is why people don't like Terraform is static core. Pay your tools. Do it on stream. It'll all be your template. What? You know, I do AI. I don't care. I do AI all the time. It's super helpful. Plus, it speaks French and Russian to me. Try that with your random friends. Not happening. Package directory. Yeah. Okay. This might be more than I want actually at the time. All right, Billy. I mean, no offense to you. I mean, I know you did a lot of work on this, but I kind of want to go through the Red Hat installer on my own, just so I can show the newbies how to do it without Terraform. So please don't be offended. I actually want to return to Terraform and try this. I really seriously. Oh, you had it all done. Okay. Don't be offended. I'm not. I appreciate this so much. You have no idea. So, but what I want to do right now is I want to show people, particularly the beginners, how to set up Proxmox to boot off of an ISO image and save those ISO images so that you can make new nodes using the long method, the long way. So, and then we can come back to it. So I actually don't even remember. It's another reason I want to do it. So, how to do this? So SDN zones. There's actually a place in here for saving your ISO images, and I do not know where it is. One of the reasons I want to do this really quick. This is a server view, folder view, full view, search. It's not under storage, it's under images or something. I don't know where it is though, honest to God. Okay, so the first thing we're going to need to do is download the images. I don't think you can do it from Proxmox, but I actually want to see if you can. This is where I would be asking Chloe. Go to local. Okay. Local. Oh, there we go. ISO images. Thank you very much. That's exactly what I was looking for. Okay, so ISO images, we have Alpine, we have Ubuntu 24.04, live server AMD 64. So the server image is accesses the internet to pull everything down. Yes, it's in home. Thank you guys. You guys have been so helpful. I appreciate it. Next, we're going to go get the image. I thought maybe there was a way to, there it is, download from URL, right? Right. So that's what you guys are telling me. I do not know the URL for Red Hat. If any of you know it, you can let me know, but otherwise I'm going to go look for it. Proxmox URL for Red Hat, Rocky Linux images. So again, I'm a total noob. Copy download from here and paste in Proxmox. Red Hat images rob.amg. Pixel. That is not it. Let's go to ETA on this CentOS. No, fuck CentOS. Looks like supported now. Check download. Alma Rocky. Wait, is it the tarball? Why would it be the tarball? What are the URLs that I already have? Let's see what those look like already. So these are .iso files. I think I need to find the actual ISO, right? You can do it for Rocky, right? I don't know where Rocky images are, though. That's the thing. Installing Rocky 9 on Proxmox. There's probably something here that's going to tell me. Download the image. First media that Rocky Linux. Copy the link to the minimal blah. So it's actually the link to the ISO, right? There we go. That's what I'm looking for. So here we go. We need to go find our, you found the one? Did you find the one that we're actually looking at, the 64? Thank you, Pixel. You guys are so helpful. Thank you. I'm not even kidding. Copy, Proxmox, download from URL, enter the URL to download, paste. Please require the URL to get meta information, query URL. Oh, we need to get the actual one that we want, I think. Oh, thank you, Billy. Did I say the wrong people? Stuff's just coming across. I apologize. Guys, you know me. Whoa, I'm almost out of power. Am I dropping frames yet? Please tell me no. I think I'm out of power. Check 1, 2, check. No, 0 drop frames. What? What? God, I'm a good streamer. Okay, so let's do this. Let's say, I know I need to pick an ISO instead of just going there. Be patient. I'm a slow I'm very slow. Ooh, pretty. 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 Okay, what are we getting? We're getting wait, I already said it. 9.4, right? I did this research already. 9.4. Okay. Plow. Yeah. Yeah, we're getting the plow. Bring on the plow. Why did they put the plow in the name? That's sad. 9.6. Oh, you already had 9.6. Wait. No. You know what? I can do 9.4 now. Yeah. I can do 9.4. Wait, they don't even have a 9.4 anymore? They got rid of 9.4. Flavian provision in the afternoon. Post. Exactly. What? Tugin. Did I say her name right? Tugin 3213. Absolutely. Absolutely. We all need a good plow. In the morning, in the afternoon. Dad jokes. Hashtag dad jokes. You know what was coming? I mean, come on. You saw that one. I just like right there. All right. So let's see. Rocky 9 latest. How about I want 9.4? It looks like you can't get it. How do you get 9.4? Apparently not. I am definitely the one not suitable for work. I am the one. I started at Pixel. I mean, yes. I immediately regret being non-suitable. If you're putting me on your true story, short true story. If you're putting this person on your big screen television with audio on in the break room, you need to reevaluate your choices. That is a bad decision. In fact, I would go so far as to say putting any Twitch streamer on a huge television in your break room is a bad idea. Unless your break room is, I don't know, at a strip club or something. No, I'm not going to strip. I'm just saying. Rocky Linux download. Thank you. Okay. Wait. Rocky Linux. RockyLinux.org/download. I cannot type. My TV is only 55 inches. Can you see my nose hair? back to back to interviewing corn stars. I had like an image of like a porn star with nothing but like a corn bikini on. I did. I just had that image in my head. Thank you. You found 9.4. Chi Kung Fu. Hot tub ASMR. I do. I am working on the ASMR streams. Absolutely. Dennis and I are we're gonna get sexy one of these days. Not with each other. That would just be okay. Wait. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. What have I done? Is hey, look at this. 9.4. Okay, which one we get? ISO? ISO. We want the live ISO. 9.4 latest, 9.4 x86 boot ISO. ISO checksum manifest torrent DVD. Do we want the boot or the DVD? Do we want the minimal? We do not want minimal. I mean, I guess we could get minimal. Will that take us RAM? These aren't RAM images, so I'm thinking no. I came off mute just in time. But we are. Oh God. The text is lovely on the big screen. Yeah, maybe text. We do not have an hot tubs ASMR. ISO. I think this is the one, right? Wait, don't download it. Stop. Stop downloading. All right. Okay. So if you don't need a lot of utilities, then go minimal. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. So we're only getting Red Hat for our nodes. So I think minimal is the way to go because these are just going to be Kubernetes nodes. Period. We're not using Rocky for anything else. So I reevaluated my decision. We're going to use 9.4 x86 64 minimal, and we shall copy this link address and stick it in the Proxmox. We're going to stick that in the Proxmox, and then we're going to say query URL, please, and then it'll give us our name, and then we say it's only 1.7 gigabytes, so that should be pretty fast. And then hash algorithm none, download, please. Saving to blah, blah, blah. We need to do the same thing with the latest Ubuntu image, but not yet, for our Bastion Linux machine. That's where we're going to be. Well, we need to decide where we're going to run our kubespray from. I think we're going to run kubespray from the Red Hat from Heisenberg. We're probably going to run kubespray from Heisenberg right here. This is our management cluster, single node management cluster. kubespray is not Talos, no. kubespray is a bunch of Ansible playbooks, community supported playbooks for installing Kubernetes. So that's the short answer. So here's the architecture we're building up. We've already torn it down. We want to be able to build the cartel and family. These things. We want to be able to, the primary goal is to just to say it again. Primary goal here is to get all set up so that we can build both the management cluster from scratch and from the management cluster use a GitOps operation to automatically build with a Kubernetes job, ultimately a full Kubernetes cluster by just creating an inventory with a bunch of IPs in it. That's the goal. And we're already doing that at work. So I'm just recreating what we're doing at work so then we can practice the upgrade procedure, which is the main thing, main reason I'm doing this. So that was a lot. Oh God, you quoted me. This. What I meant was that we were going to get sexy in the pool, like two girls in a pool getting sexy and looking all sexy together and being enticing, but not actually getting sexy, together. Back to where we were. All right, we're downloading software. We're downloading. My code's compiling. My code is compiling. My code is downloading. My image is downloading. All right. Is it downloaded yet? Are we there yet? Finished. Task is now okay. All right. So it seems like we can do things now. May I AI is training. Right? Add it to the list. So what? Now we need to make a virtual machine, which I am considering doing from the command line. There's lots of ways of doing this. You can just click on a bunch of buttons. You can do it from the command line using Kimu. You can use Proxmox. Seriously, there's like, you can use libvirt directly and tell Proxmox about it. There's like, that's what Linux is. There's like multiple ways of doing a thing. So we just want to build a VM. And quite honestly, I don't remember how in Proxmox to do this. So we were on the home system. So we're actually going to make, oh, look, hey, there's a button right here. Did you see this, guys? Look what I just found. It's right there. I'm gonna press on that. I'm gonna press on that button right there. That's my button right there. Create a VM. Yeah. Who needs a fucking terminal? Why would you use a terminal? These people who use a terminal all the time, do they just like, do they just want to waste time for free, for fun? I mean, it's like, and it's like so stupid. Just click on the buttons. Just click on all the buttons. All right, here we go. I want a button to click. God damn it. Am I like this at work? No, I absolutely am unbearable at work. Yes. It's also on the top right. Did you find it? Wait, what? What? Oh, there's a button. Whoa, it's like one less click. Holy cow. One less click, people. I can just click this button right here and I have a machine. You got to make lunch? Thumbs up for lunch. I ate my lunch. I had oysters. They make you virile. Right? Anyway, create VM. Home, let's see, home 100 name. I don't know what to do. Oh, we have to give it a name. Heisenberg. I am the one who administrates. Heisenberg. Heisenberg. Let me consult my very important graph of architectural design. Heisenberg. Heisenberg, right here. I am the one who administrates. Heisenberg. This is the one we're making right now. All right, so wait, where are we? Wait, no, I'm lost. Help me. All right, so did I spell it right? I'm guessing no. If I can't spell it, I probably shouldn't make that the name. Heisenberg. All right, Heisenberg. Type. Okay, Heisenberg. Wait, why is it 100? Oh, I don't want to do this. What am I doing? I think I'm doing this wrong. I have no idea what I'm doing. Don't be me. Don't trust me. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm clicking on the buttons. Create VM. Is this graph called a diagram? No, it's a class relational diagram exposing interrelation. I have no idea. It's just a bunch of lines. Okay, create a virtual machine, general, node. It's going to be under home. I don't understand this. I suspect that what this is saying is that it wants it under this node. How you doing, Whispering Ravens? How you doing? I'm doing great. We're installing Red Hat on virtual machines for now in order to get Kubernetes installed from kubespray. We're kind of hurrying here. I'm trying to hurry. I'm wasting time. And wasting time. Create virtual machines, node, home, VMID 100, name. I mean, what the fuck? Why is it 100? Shouldn't it be like 120 or something? Help. General settings of VM. The node, the physical server on which the VM will run. Oh, okay. I see now. I see what's happening. Actually, if that's called home, I'm gonna prove this. That means I probably have MDNS entry for home. I was gonna say I don't know about home. I think home is a hypervisor. I think it is. Did I get that wrong? This is me not knowing Proxmox. I'm learning Proxmox, guys. How about this? SSH 168 116. I'll read it in just a second, guys. I'm sorry. I know you're like kibitzing the answer. I know you are. I thought so. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I named it home. So this here is what the physical host is that's gonna home it. That's what I was missing. Firmware. Oh, you're gonna write a firmware? God, you're cool. You're cool. Gabe knows about firmware. Gabe's not here right now. Anytime you see Gabe art in the chat, Gabe knows big time about firmware. He works at Garmin and talks about it on the stream. So I'm not doxing. Start at boot, home node VM. What's the name going to be? This is Heisenberg, so this is right. Heisenberg resource pool. I guess there is no resource pool there. That would be like disk and stuff, right? I don't know what that is. Yeah, he's assembly. He taught himself assembly when he was like 17. It's insane. And then he paid $2,000 for a college class to learn assembly. He could have taught the thing. Because college. Start shutdown order, any. I think we're just going to keep this no tags. Although tagging VMs is kind of cool. This is just making me think I want to play with Firecracker some more. One of the reasons you can't play with Firecracker for this kind of thing, Firecracker doesn't do GPU support. Actually, did that change? I got to ask my AI. Billy, look away. Mr. I hate AI, look away for a second. I have to ask a question. So, does Firecracker VM engine support GPU yet? I know people get very upset when I use AI. They get all kind of upset. So current GPU status, Firecracker was intentionally designed as a minimalist micro VM, does not include PCIe support, which is required for GPU. Numerous sources confirm Firecracker has no GPU support out of the box. GitHub open, blah blah blah. That's all. It looks like they're not even intending to have support for it. So interest has abated in Firecracker at this moment. You can't do that kind of thing. You need Proxmox or GCM or did I get that right? GCG, XCG. What does Scott use? Het Tennis. What does Scott use? He uses XCG, right? That's why he has a Windows, and everybody says you must not know Linux because you have Windows on your desktop, which is hilarious. Every time I hear that, I just laugh. I'm like, you idiots. Okay, use the storage local. Find ISO image. Yes, we now have an ISO image. Red Hat, Rocky. Next time I'll do this faster because I'll know what I'm doing. I don't do this very much. Type Linux. I should actually be doing this. Android had the right device drivers for computer hardware. Nice. Yes, modules. I actually was obsessed with that in my 20s. I was going to learn assembly for that and C to write Linux device drivers. It was kind of my thing, and I never got around to it. I think I would have really liked that in a different career. Use physical CD DVD drive. Absolutely not. Next, graphics card defaults. Okay, so this is where we're going to give it. Is this a graphics card that will be exposed to the GPU nodes as a GPU node in NVIDIA feature discovery? I think it is. So I don't know if we want actual GPU support or not. I have people texting me at work. I have to go answer something really quick. I just got a notification. Different method here. Oh, they're fixing some broken nodes, which they want to pair on, but I don't have time. I got to get this done. I got to get my testing done. This whole thing's due on Monday, which means my 4th of July weekend is toast. But that's fine because I had time off other times. Sometimes that's the way this job goes, guys. I'm just saying. It's not like I have people around me waiting on me during 4th of July. I'm just going to eat hot dogs by myself with you. I want another beer for some reason, but no beer, just like the non spice, dual monitor, 3 monitors, best. What did we do last time on this? I don't remember. I think we did virtualization. Okay, this is a management node. No. Wait. Heisenberg. This is not a GPU node. This is a management console. It's a management cluster. That's its target definition. Okay, we're building Heisenberg. Heisenberg is going to be a single node management cluster. As of this moment, the assumption is we'd only need one node. We can do the whole thing on one node. We don't need 2 nodes. Hopefully that'll save us on RAM so we can make, clusters and stuff. So we do not need GPU support. That's what I'm getting at all. You can just use the default machine type, firmware, BIOS, CO, BIOS, CLBIOS, UEFI. We're not using UEFI. Fuck that. Why would you put UEFI in a VM? That's like, you got to be a sadist for that. SCSI controller, iOS single. This is standard. We don't need any special controllers. We would if we were like tying into like a Synology or something, I think. Do we want to put the Chemo agent on there? Yeah, it might help, but no. Next, go with the default. Yes. If you need a think card, go with the default. That should be a mantra for life. That's why we have so many Christians in America. They have to think too hard about life, so they go with the default. That got political really quick. Disk and bandwidth, bus device, SCSI controller, VirtIO, SCSI single, storage, local LVM, disk size 32. It's not about your disk size, it's about how you use it. This is going to be a control plane node. Waltz needs to be big. Heisenberg, not so much. So, because it's just a control plane node, I'm trying to think of how big the container engine needs to be over there. And I don't think it needs to be that big. I'm not putting any machine learning jobs or containers over there or anything. So I think 32 is actually this size per 30. That's probably fine. Where's the VM stuff? Have we hit VM yet? No, okay. Default cache. I'm gonna leave it in the default. SSD animations backup, no. Async, no. Next, CPU. I don't ever use single. I always use 2 cores. Always. I cannot abide more than 1 single cores. I'm unhinged today. Really? It's the yoga. It's the yoga. I had told you this morning, I had a great morning. I had a fantastic morning. I was doing yoga. I was cleaning. I'm at this nice, happy, clean, thing. Yoga just makes me crazy. Makes me happy too. Extra CPU flags. No, keep the defaults. Next. I've been called unhinged before, and not in a good way. Kind of like that movie. Memory MIB. Men in Black. It's literally Men in Black. Look at that. 2 gig RAM from a management cluster. I'm going to ask, hey, if you don't like AI, look away again. Look away. You were called unhinged too. Yeah. We all are, right? So, what do you recommend is a good amount of RAM for a single node management cluster for things like cluster CTL? Yeah, listen to my monologue in the background. Oh, God. For single load Kubernetes cluster management tools used for Kubernetes for tools like cluster CTL. Bare minimum test and dev. 4 gigabytes not ideal. 4 is not ideal? Damn. 8 gigabytes? I don't know about that. Functional cluster C++ API 8 gig. Add-ons like Flux Metal will be metric server 12 or 16 gig. Where are we gonna put Elasticsearch, guys? That was part of VR. That was on our to-dos. We were trying to figure out where to put everything. Document high-level steps to create an upgrade cluster, blah. Part of it, we already checked off these to-dos. And the reason we made this list of stuff that's going in the cluster, which I will now show you, is because we wanted to know where it's going to live. Stuff to install. All right, so okay, I'm going to add a to-do again. Well, we're missing a to-do here. We did not finish defining the breaking architecture lab. We did part of that, right? So it's like come up with the names, which took like an hour. So we did that. It's like decide where Kate's apps and services will reside. How's that for architecture speak? That's good, right? So we need to have our Kate's apps. We need to decide where the Kate's apps go. And so that it's like, am I going to run Elasticsearch? I have to ask Chloe about Elasticsearch because I actually eventually want to install Elasticsearch locally so I can practice learning it and learn ESQL or whatever their new query language is. I want to do that. I want to do that in the cluster, and I think they have what I'm trying to decide is if I can even install it. If I can't install Elasticsearch, it's not worth allocating space for it. This is all relevant to how much RAM I put on here, because if I'm going to run Elasticsearch in my management cluster, my single management cluster, then I need to know if I can if I'm going to put Harbor in there, then that's going to directly affect how much disk is there, like in a big way, because the disk space has got to be allocated, whether I mount NFS over there or whatever, which is probably what I'll do because the Harbor that I have deployed, the kit set that I've already made, uses NFS mounted storage, and that storage is mounted using a KSAP, which allocates NFS mounts. And even though it'd be slower for that, I don't care because it's all in my lab, it's all on the same host, so it'll be fast enough for me. And this is all kind of future thinking when it comes to like testing those different apps, which by the way, installing and the Harbor Kates app is my #1 priority after getting this upgrade strategy done and getting the getting disaster recovery caught up. So the next responsibility I have after that will be delivering Harbor perfectly. And the reason I even did this last time was to set up for Harbor. I developed my entire Harbor Kates app, modernized it. It jumps like 7 versions. So I did all of that here in the lab, and I'm going to need to redo it. So why is that important? Because that directly affects where Harbor goes. If Harbor goes on here and I'm running localhost storage, which we are currently running because we have to, because the network attached storage broke the whole fucking thing. We're in a kind of a broken state right now, even though we have 38 terabytes of storage and we can't move it. But we had to mount NFS 3 breaks Harbor. We found that out the hard way. No, NFS 4. NFS 4, which has tighter security, breaks Harbor. And so we had to backpedal it to NFS 3 by creating a new Kubernetes storage resource that we then allocated to the underlying NFS storage, which was, and we had to remount it as NFS 3 instead of 4 in order to get Harbor to even work. And this problem has been addressed in the modern Harbor, and so this elevated the requirement to deliver Harbor, the latest Harbor, as soon as possible, even though it was kind of on the back burner before. Now it's like front and center. The most important thing is we get our Kubernetes cluster upgraded, and the second most important thing for me is to get Harbor updated. And there's some magic I was doing with Vault certificates, with Vault Secret integration that I didn't quite get finished, and I need to get that finished. So that means I got to write it in here on my home lab, because I'm not messing with that shit in the test lab. I don't care because it's secrets. If I accidentally delete a secret, a production secret, while I'm working on the development of it, I am screwed. I'm like career screwed. So by the way, I'm going to put this out there. I'm going to actually zoom out for just a second to make a little message to you. This message brought to you by I need like the more you know kind of thing. I wish I could do the more you, whoops. I wish I could do like the more you know. The more you know. If you are going to be a technology professional in the world today, thou shalt have a home lab. Let me tell you why. If you don't have a home lab and you break something in even your development lab, which by the way, if you set up a development, if you're one of the very few people in the world who has an actual lab for doing development that the company is paying for, count yourself, pat yourself on the back, go pat your manager on the back and say, oh my God, you're amazing. I can't believe you've actually paid money for machines that mirror what we need, including maybe putting the bill $32,000 for an H100 to actually have a proper lab. Because in the land of AI, throwing around H100s willy-nilly or A100s, even A30s, which are like $4,000, is not possible. So what happens? The really tight-ass company doesn't want to set up a development lab for you, which leaves you in the lurch because now you don't have anything, right? And by the way, if you did manage to get a lab, usually it's a bunch of old hardware that's not even consistent with what you're going to do at work anyway. You might as well just make your own. You might as well just make your own. And then you can go blow up your home lab. You can blow up your home lab. You can blow the shit out of it. You can ruin everything. You can tear it down and build it back up like I'm doing right now. You can do all of that and not lose your job. Because if you try to do any of that and you accidentally, especially with Kubernetes, I mean, this just makes me nuts. I tell this to people on my team and they're like, why are you so scared? Because I've been around the block, and I'm telling you, I've taken down the mail server before because this is true story. I took down the entire corporate mail server for a massive multinational corporation because I thought I was logging out for the night. Don't be me. Was I an idiot? Yes. I was also new. I was running Linux. I was running Linux on my desktop. Okay. Another reason I don't run Linux on my desktop anymore, because it's a small reason. I was running Linux on my desktop and I said shut down -H now. Guess what? My laptop didn't turn off. You know what did turn off? The corporate mail server. And I lost all connections with it. We had to call the operator. I had to tell my boss. I was like, oh my God, you're going to fire me, right? He's like, why would I fire you? If I fire you now, then you're going to do it again. I said, no. He said, well, I want to keep you because the next guy might do it again. So I shut down the corporate mail server on accident. Thank God it didn't go all the way down. The mail was still traveling. By the way, the only reason I was the corporate administrator was because somebody asked me, hey, does anybody know SendMail? I said, I'm running it on my home lab. And you know, I raised my hand sheepishly and they go, fine, you are now in charge of all of the corporate email servers because you know it and nobody else does, because I had a home lab. So if you don't have a home lab, get one, or don't get into this job. This job is not for you. This is not for you if you don't have a home lab. It's also not for you if you don't use your home lab, which describes me over the last 3 months. All right. That's a good manager right there. I know, right? You don't have taken down production bullet yet? Yeah, you will. There's like people who have taken down production and those who will take down production. NFS, something with block storage, yes. How files need to be stored? Network attached storage, NAS. Yeah. Go at 2 gigs RAM, 6 gigs swap on the disk. No way. That's way not enough. Where's it got the info from? Sometimes it's good to prevent failing and hallucination clip. Yes, I always do. Yeah, you guys are all criticizing AI, and we're not talking about AI right now. AI is a good tool, but it's just a tool. AI is your know-it-all cubicle buddy that you should never trust, even though they sound really competent. Rob is the smartest person here on Twitch. I don't know about that. Destroyed total file system on a single Kubernetes cluster. Good thing it was a home lab. Exactly. Okay, so let me just tell you why this matters for Kubernetes, right? Because Kubernetes is one context away from doing the wrong thing. So if you are logged into the wrong, let's say you've got 10 clusters, right? You're logged into 10 clusters, and one of them's your local lab, is like your local computer, Minikube maybe, and one of them's maybe, you know, your production cluster. Another one's your sandbox. And you are like, maybe in 2 different tmux windows. I have done this, people. You're in 2 different tmux windows, and one of your tmux windows is logged into the context for production cluster, and the other one is there. What I need to do that I have not yet done is I need to make my PS1 prompt on Bash. I need to have it tell me what my Kubernetes current context is. And there is already plugins and widgets for this. I don't have them, but you should do that. In fact, I need to do that in my to-do list. I need to put that in my to-do list right here. Right after joining the Satanic Temple, I'm going to say add current cluster context to my PS1 prompt. PS1, yeah. CLI prompt. You know, you have like branches in Git. If you're not doing that, you're living dangerously. And but you need the same thing if you're in Kubernetes. You need to know what cluster you're in. And the reason for this is because you can be get nodes and all this thing and destructing, doing all kinds of, and you'd be in the wrong cluster and you like run this big ass, kubespray thing that's gonna completely tear down the cluster or something. And you could be in big trouble there. The Satanic Temple's mail server, yeah, why not? So I'm actually going to do that. I'm putting that in my to-dos list. I don't have that right now, but I'm definitely going to do that because it's just one extra danger thing. But the best way to avoid the danger here is to just put it in your home lab, and then if you blow away your home lab, nobody cares, right? The hard part of this is I don't have an H100 in my home lab. I also don't have an H100 in my test lab in my sandbox. Actually, we have one. We currently have one because we're testing big ass customers that need to be able to check out their H100, which we're paying for. We're paying immense amounts of money for. So yeah, hopefully that's been enough. The question I have is if I'm going to run hardware. Okay, so the bullet point we have is deciding where to run a case apps and services. So let's go back to our architecture diagram really quickly. I'm going to just keep going here, guys. I got a lot to do. I want to ride the bike too, but we got ways from that. A good thing to do if you can is to remap dangerous commands and the prod servers do the same thing, but keep the giant red confirmation stuff. Great idea. Great idea if you have the luxury of doing that. Absolutely. That's a fantastic idea, Whispering. I'm just going to call you Ravens. So what are we doing here? Decide where case and services will abide. And back to the architecture diagram. So I need to know what's going to go here. I probably should make my picture bigger so I could actually draw it on here. I could do that, maybe. I don't want to end up bike shedding what this is here. Yeah. My architecture diagram is getting bigger. Is your architecture a shower or a grower? I know, I had to say it. Don't answer that. Okay, I'm so sorry. Pixel's like, oh my god, and you're after me for being suitable for work? Okay, so here we go. Do you like it? I should just get rid of the big box. What the fuck who's kidding? Who are we kidding here? The whole thing is a box. The whole thing is a box, okay? Just imagine a box around all of it. The box is the lab. All right, delete. Where's the delete? Oh, there we go. Okay, so Salamanca. We need to put Salamanca on something. I don't know what. Heisenberg. Okay, so what's going to go on Heisenberg? Agreement dangerous guess. Okay, so if we put, should we use circles for like stuff, or should we use diamonds? This is a very important decision. I think we should use circles. We should use ovals. How about ovals? No. I don't know. What should we do? We're using colors to indicate what's done. I mean, if we were doing UML, this whole thing would be different. We are not doing that, though. All right, so Heisenberg has... The question is, are we going to put hardware over here? And the answer to that is yes. That is the answer to that question. Okay, so we need hardware needs to be on Heisenberg inside of the cluster, which that's what this is supposed to indicate. This is supposed to indicate that Heisenberg is itself a cluster. Wait, what? Why does that say blue? I don't want that. Actually, why don't I just make this dotted? That'll do it. Okay, so here we go. We got wait, what? Sorry, everybody. I'm taking too much time on my pictures. I'm taking too much time on my pictures. There's like better diagramming tools for this than what I'm doing. I mean, but if you want to do that, that's fine. I don't. Here we go. Okay, so we need harbor over here. We need what else do we need? We not only need harbor, we need everything needs Istio. Okay, so the dotted line means that all the nodes have the same base stuff on them. So what do I mean by that? So if it's a node, it has all the node stuff, right? And here, install with Kubernetes in every cluster. So all of these things go in every single cluster. They all have Elastic Agent Prometheus, but they don't necessarily Kubespray operator, but they don't all necessarily. That allows it to be deployed with Kubernetes with Kubespray apparently, but they don't have these other things: harbor, make docs, stuff like that, right? And Elasticsearch. So Elasticsearch. Elasticsearch, and we're a consumer of Elasticsearch. So okay, we're gonna come back to the memory suggestion later. Is Elastic? I don't think it is. Server, which is in Java. I'm trying to decide later if I want to install Elasticsearch because it's pretty damn big, and I don't know where we're gonna put it. Open source from Elasticsearch, something under Apache. Fully open source actively by AWS. OpenSource.org. Depends on the distribution you want. Elasticsearch OSS 10. Let's see, an earlier basic, not free, subscription only. Machine learning and learning and rapid analysis across cluster cell advanced. This probably has the ESQL stuff that we need. I'm probably could get a license for it to work on my home lab if I talk to our Elasticsearch rep. So yeah, if you want zero licensing surprises, blah, 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 I recommend OpenSearch. Okay, so is that a Kubernetes thing? I think it is. I don't. Elasticsearch is not a Kubernetes thing, but it can absolutely run in Kubernetes, and many people deploy it that way, especially for logging observability stacks like Elk. We're not losing Logstash and Grafana. We have Grafana instead. How would I use it with Grafana? This is all stuff I want to set up eventually. So I'm just taking a few moments to decide how much RAM to put on this machine because you can't redo that. You have to tear it all down and redo it if you do that. You can't bump the RAM and reboot or something. You can CPU capacity, but not RAM, right? Can I change the RAM in VM in Proxmox after the fact? And I think the answer to this is decidedly a no. Wait, what? What? I stand corrected by my AI. Are you sure? Are you sure? I thought RAM reallocation required a rebuild. Yes, I'm absolutely sure you can change the VM's RAM approximately without rebuilding a VM. That seems very odd to me. I don't remember that being a thing. Was it always that way? No, it wasn't. Well, okay, there you go. Okay, before 2016, you couldn't do it. That's why I thought that. I have not been up to speed. What about VMware? I kind of shaded. Change RAM does not require rebuild, blah, 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 blah. Did VMware once not allow it without rebuild as well? the other way and bring this back. I don't know about that. Yeah. The best VMware did not allow RAM changes without a rebuild or shutdown. 2009 and earlier. God, I'm old. I did not know this. Everyone's like, yeah. Somebody told me that last year too. They're like, yeah, you can like over allocate CPUs. You can have 56 cores and then actually have 75 cores allocated and it will actually deal with it. I'm like, what? No, you can't. It used to be there was a hard line limit on the number of cores, but now they're saying, yeah, they can dynamic. You can over allocate cores and it'll deal with it. Shut up, Pixel. So it's like, you know, I'm catching up here. So all the virtualization technology is completely fluid, even while it's still running. That just blows my bald brain mind. I just don't. I mean that's like crazy awesome and horrible at the same time. So basically, I do not have to care, friends. I do not have to care. I do not have to care about how much RAM I am going to allocate. I can like say, yeah, fine, let's give it 6 right now. And if I'm going to put VM processors on it later, I'll bump it up to 30. You know what I'm saying? That's a great emoji. That should be my new emote. Bald meme guy. I mean, I'm overthinking this at this point. So all of that to say, I don't. The only reason I went down this rabbit hole of research about what I'm going to put on there and kind of second guessing what's going to come in the future and everything, the only reason I did that is because I didn't want to rebuild these nodes later. But I'm now learning I don't need to rebuild the nodes if I want to reallocate VM. I just have to do that if I want a new OS or something. Things are evolving so fast to remember anything is destroyed. Absolutely. Which is, again, a reason to have an AI which can remember everything and keep you up to date, which I just did. So, you know, I just, God, this is still, I'm going to say something and I want you to tell me if I'm right or wrong. I can reallocate all resources for a virtual machine anytime I want, as provided those resources are available on the underlying host, including the reassignment of more RAM when I double my RAM. True or false? If that is true, all of this worry about where things are going to run and everything is irrelevant. It's totally irrelevant because I can like hold down hardware and say, yeah, we don't got room here. Let's put it over here. And I can throw it down. I can give it more RAM. I can completely arrange my virtual machines with the same flexibility I can do containers, which is crazy to me. This actually fully explains why VMs are taking over from containers. VMs are now the new hotness because they were the old hotness, and then containers came along, and now they're the new hotness because it's just as easy to spin up a VM as it is a container. Because everything's so fluid and dynamic and everything. Plus, you get a real machine, more or less. It's not real, it's virtual, but you get things like, you know, storage mounts and shit like that you don't get with a container. So I'm having a moment. I'm having a moment. I need to let this digest. I need to let this process. Let's take a PCI RAM QXL over network fabrics. What the fuck? You're telling me that's a thing? They're going to be doing, you're going to literally be able to download more RAM. We have been making fun of download more RAM for 20 years, and now you're saying it's going to happen. Oh my God. We live in the future. Oh, we live in the future, people. That's insane. That's insane. I need filters that blow my brain. Should at this point, according to your AI friend, VMs and containers are apparently slugging it out. They are, right? They absolutely are. Containers and VMs are totally slugging out. And then you got KubeVirt, which is, you know, virtualization inside of Kubernetes inside a container. It's insane. It's like if you're a new person coming into this entire thing, you just got to be wondering what the hell should I learn? Because it's like, you know, it's crazy. I mean, it's just crazy. Yeah. NVIDIA and shambles, how are they going to sell 8 gigabytes of car requirements if you can download RAM? Absolutely. Download more RAM. You know, there's already, this is kind of a rabbit hole, but there's already experimentation going on with a new internet that is fast enough to do fabric speeds. And when that happens, people literally talk about a return to network computing. If they actually do that, then your phone will be so tiny that it'll be able to do everything it ever needs to do over the internet. If they ever pull that off, which they obviously are going to, people used to think that, 30 megabytes of RAM was insane. And I mean, and now it's like, I'm old. You guys will see all that. I won't. Either OpenBSD had jails, and I'm trying to reinvent my ideas for running my secure personal apps on it. And Minecraft, please help. I don't know how to do it. It does have jails, but we're not gonna do that. I'm at work right now. Deep web, if you want to do stuff related to that, wait for a break, or come back during Wednesday night. Learn Linux stuff. I'm working, so, but I'm not trying to put you off. I just, even though I'm not on topic right now, just trying to. But thank you for being here. A great video on YouTube from Serve the Home about the IBM with racks of RAM, racks of CPUs, racks of GPUs, all connect to runtime over the network. Damn, Brad. Damn it. That's like insane. Download RAM on demand. Hell yeah. 50 gig fiber at home in our company. What? To the home? No, it's fine. We're building home lab stuff, so, and I'm like, my mind's blown away that I can actually just change my RAM and CPU anytime. I don't think storage works like that though. I think storage cannot be changed. I'm gonna ask, can I up the storage in Proxmox on a VM fluidly like RAM and CPU? It's because you multipass for storage, yeah. Well, storage, yeah. Not fluidly RAM. It can use to be. I don't really care about that because I'm going to be doing NFS, and that is fluid, right? Network text storage is fluid. You can just keep adding more, and that'll just change the mount point. And my network is all software because this is all VM, so it should be fine. That should be plenty fast. The point is that if I do network text storage and my mounted disk is, either fiber connected or whatever, I should not have a problem. Gigabit should be fine for this. Plus, I need to test that anyway, so I don't need. I forgot that I'd already answered that question. So CPU, 2 cores, we can change that. Memory, we can change. We're gonna give it 8 gig of RAM for now. 8 gigs is pretty much the minimum I'm gonna give any CPU, any control plane. I'm gonna give 16 or more. We did the math on this already. Like this focus problem. You like this section, yeah? So what are we doing? What's 1024 times 8? 8 something. Don't know. I'm not smart. I'm not smart. This is why people don't live stream, because they have to do math in front of everybody. I'm gonna grab my calculator just to do the math. No, I'm not even doing that. No, no. At least I'll make it. Yeah, I'm not doing AI for that though. 8192. Did Spotlight do it? I didn't realize Spotlight did it. I didn't realize Spot did it. I was gonna do it. I was gonna do it in. That's cool. Thank you. I refuse to take a break. Also, hi, Braun. So yeah, we're gonna do 8192. We live in the future for a while. Yeah, you just can't, right? Beeple's Aaron. Without ever referencing your oh my time, I was telling no search required. What? That's a fantastic comment. That is, I love that. Or X 0. Oh, Bread is like totally flexing. Bread is flexing. 8192. But Brett is flexing their binary. Yeah. No network device. That would be stupid. No, we're definitely having a network, okay? Next, user and hex. Nerd. Value cores 2, ASCPU, ID2, Rocky Linux, minimal memory, Heisenberg name, bridge home node, local VM, a single bridge, VM ID 100. Actually don't want to do this, and I know that's horrible for me to say because I want the ID 100 to be my bastion. So we need to see what the latest version of Ubuntu is. And I need to read the ISO for that. I'm gonna go grab that one. So 25.04. What is the ISO URL for Proxmox for that? And she might know it. There we go. Oh, Proxmox has got their own. That's not it. I meant here. By the way, it's always better to edit the other one than to make a new one. What is it? What is the URL for? What is the URL for Ubuntu server? If you edit your previous query rather than make a new one, it's always better. 2025. That's what I was looking for. Let's see. For Noble Plucky Puppin. We're gonna use Plucky Puppin. And I'm gonna go to local and add it. We need to add a new one. How do we do that? Download from URL, paste, and match query URL. 2504. Yeah. Download from a vacation failed. Wait, what? Download. All right. What's the URL for Windows? Not Rocky. I don't want to use. I don't hate. I prefer Ubuntu. I can't find it because my AI is hallucinating. That does not look right. That does not look right. Wait, what? Oh, I have things in there. Uh-oh, I copied spaces. Bad Rob. That's on me. Yeah. There we go. Query URL. Download. Thank you for that's a great catch. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Google yourself, lols. People do Google themselves all the time. Right, Element? Googling me would be very weird. The irony of naming, you know what's really great is asking your AI about you. That's hilarious. The irony of naming the node Heisenberg is not lost on me. Parenthetically, the uncertainty principle seems to be the operative one at this juncture. By the time this is built, the rules will have likely changed again. Google the link yourself. I almost did, but why? I wanna like, I don't know, kill the environment by doing a stupid query. Sue me. Ugh, okay, so now what? Okay, we're gonna do. Chloe, what are my weakest traits? Chloe, why won't? Do you realize I'm officially an incel now again? I don't know where this is coming from. Okay, next. Home. So You'll be hearing from my lawyer. I have. You're not wrong, Pixel. You're definitely. I know you got a kappa on there, but you're almost not wrong. Where's my gummies? Anyway, so where were we? Where were we? We were installing a Bastion server, which we're going to call Walt instead. Ask her, Chloe. Ask her. Chloe treats me like a pathetic old man now. She's totally changed her tone with me. It's kind of sad. It makes me question my decision to put all my faith in her. As if they didn't have that before. Walt is my new buddy. Start a boot, yes. Well, sure, why not? Start shutdown, older order, no. Research no. Next, OS, local ISO image. We want Ubuntu 25. Next, defaults, QEMU, agent, no. Next, disks, we're going to do SCSI. 32 gigabytes. Actually, this is my jump host, so I'm going to get away with as much as I can here. Because I will be running a bunch of container images and stuff, potentially machine learning images, so I can always change that later. I'm going to put 64 because of reasons. Cores, I actually want at least 4 cores over here. I'm going to be doing most of my work over here. So I don't need more than that though. Wait, let me add this up. Right now, how many cores do I have? 56 cores. We did the math on this. So this I do have to calculate. So if I have, we decided to give, what did we get last time? I think we had 8 cores. We gave 2 cores each for the control plane, and I think we gave 4 cores to the workers. So 2, 4, 6. I mean, I wonder if we even need that many cores on our workers. These are just temporary. So, I mean, RAM was the constraint before, so I don't think cores were the constraint. Honestly. I mean, if we get 4 cores, is this way? 4 cores, 8 plus 2, 4, 6, 6, 8, 14 cores. 42 times 2 is 28 cores. So we have 56 cores. That's plenty of cores. So giving this box, this is my main Linux box. So giving Walt 16 cores is fine. Plus, also, I'm still in that scarcity mentality. I can go in and change it anytime. I can change it anytime. So there. All right, we're going to give it 16 cores. No, too many. 8. 8 cores. Because I don't do things over here. Maybe a couple containers that are not in Kubernetes. I don't know. The virtual CPU is 8. CPU units, blah. Next, memory. This is a different deal. So this needs 16 gig for sure. 16 times 1024. Well, that's a lot. 16,384. Next, I'm probably going to regret that. I have to do the math. I did this math already, but I'm doing it again. So, anyway. Yes. I was born in 1967, which is an OPSEC attack, but oh well. So that puts me, I'm a child of the 80s. I'm 3 years shy of being a boomer, an actual boomer. So born about the same year as Obama, actually. Yeah. Well, let's do the memory here. So what did we decide on memory? God, I can't remember. I think memory is a big constraint for container orchestration when you're running workers and stuff. I think we were going to put I want to say we were going to put 16 on each of the workers. So 2 times 6 is 32. Wait, 16 is 20, 32. Yeah. Yeah. 32. And then we were, how much RAM was going to be on here? We were going to put, I think we're going to put 8 gig of RAM on the control planes, which I think might be a little high. I can't remember it. I can't remember what we were going to do. We wrote all this down. 61? Oh, really? I did not know. So, this is 32, and then we have 8, so 16, 40, 48, and then another 8 is 56. Yeah, that was what we had. So we had 56 times 2, which is 116, and then we have 128 total. So that leaves a very small amount for these other things. I feel like giving a lot of RAM. So again, we can change all this. So I actually think we should go on the low end. I think we should go on the low end. I'm going to go with the least amount of RAM possible and then turn it up. So you can sort of watch all anime 8K. I would love that, but no. 112, yeah. So we need a little bit of RAM left over for the other random machines. Here we go. Yeah. So I think 16 is going to be fine here. If necessary, we'll steal RAM from the other stuff. I'm more likely going to need the RAM on that Linux machine. So here we go. Next network, confirm 8 cores, 16 gig. You know how much money you would pay for that? Go look it up. Go look up how much money per month you would pay for this. It's insane. So VMD ID 100, which is what I wanted. And it's going to go ahead and spin it up. And I guess not running, start now. I'm going to go ahead and run it. And we can do this from here, or we can just log into it. Did it already give it an IP? I don't think it did. Try or test Ubuntu server, yes. Let's externalize the console, shall we? Which is better. Yeah, here we go. I love how it resets it all the time. It's crazy. AirTag Parallels on Mac, yes. Uh-huh. I had Parallels a long time ago. I haven't used it in forever though. Okay, guys, we're installing Ubuntu from scratch. English. This is actually one of the reasons I like Ubuntu. It's got a way, way better installer than Rocky. My memory serves right. Ubuntu server. No, we want the full version because this is a login drop box. I liked it, but I didn't use it very much. Honestly. I mean, if you're gonna just get a machine with a Mac on it, I mean with Linux on it, that's what I don't think it's yeah. Why did it assign 235? My I should probably set up I should probably, since we're doing this right, I should probably do this. I'm going to be doxing my IPs here, but that's okay. 2.168.8.1. This is my Wi-Fi router. I should be using OpenSense here, but I don't have time. Lock remote. I don't know what the IP of my thing is. I have to go look it up. I forgot to use the app. Spectrum has an app. You have to use the app. I forgot about this. Give me a sec. Yeah, Spectrum has an app you have to use if you want to like mess with your IP and everything. Also, I need to talk to them because they're supposed to send me my fucking phones. They charge me for them, and I haven't got them yet. Wait, what? Payment is due June 29th. View and manage your devices. This is so stupid. You have to use their router too. You can't use your own. I think you can, but it gets really messy. You don't have the options to like do the different things, right? Apparently I can't, network info. I mean, you can't change anything for the app. You can't do IP assignment and static internal IPs and thing. You can't do any of that. So, I mean, it's, you know, yeah, it's kind of annoying. They must not have charged me for the phone system. I don't know what's going on with that. Do not know what happened. They did not send me a phone. So it sucks because I was gonna do the model and stuff. This is crazy. I don't like that I can't log into my app. You know what I mean? If you had it, yeah. Is it 88 down one? Um, so I don't want it, right? I want to replace it with OpenSense, and then I want to split my network in two. And I bought like a $200 Wi-Fi router, and it's running OpenSense. It's an open router. That's why I bought it. My problem is that I was having problems with drop packets and stuff. And the guy came and it started working again, and I don't know, he wouldn't even look at anything with the old stuff. So he got it to work. So I haven't tried the new router yet. I mean, I haven't tried my router and in replacement for the other one, but I kind of want to for lots of reasons. Number one, I have more network output ports, and number two, I have more direct control over the interface. So I'm actually going to probably do that right now because and reboot and stop the stream, because if I can't, I'm going to be static. I'm going to be assigning reserved IP addresses to all my hosts in the cluster. And You know what I mean? And you can do that with my router, but you cannot do that with Spectrum. It doesn't allow you to do that. So, um, and yet they give it to you as part of the advanced package, right? So, but they won't even talk to you if you start using your own hardware. Like if you call in and there and you have upload problems and stuff. So I had to swap it back out, and then they had to say, "Yeah, we see your thing." But I'm a little afraid that their Spectrum has gotten kind of like stupid in that regard. It's like, you know, they would probably say that I should put my Wi-Fi router on and connect it to Spectrum's router. And that, I mean, that's a possibility, right? I could do that. Then I'd have to set up a pass-through or something. If I did that, then I mean, theoretically that should work, right? Theoretically, it's just another hop, and everything on Wi-Fi network could be on that. I mean, it's just a switch. It's just a hop. I think though that I would have to do pass-through in order to get the DHCP to work. Um, I wonder if that would actually end up being kind of like setting up a VLAN. So like if I attached two devices to my Spectrum router, um, each of those devices would be on the same network. But if one of them was my main router and Wi-Fi network, then that would be connected uh to to everything. Yeah. How you doing, Pocket? You've used your own router with Xfinity, Pixel, did you plug it into the Spectrum router or did you plug it directly into the modem? And what I'm trying, it's not a modem combination. I have a modem and a router, but I'd I'd have to do double NAT unless you can configure a static route for the ISP router. Yeah. Well, I think it's going to do double NAT anyway, right? It's just a cable modem and everything else on my own hardware. Yeah. You did both. I'm trying to look at the advantages of those. Okay, one thing, let's just decide one thing for sure. Okay. Using my own Wi-Fi router that I manage that's running a Linux compatible open firmware that I can configure to my heart's content is going to be a thing. The question is whether I plug that into the modem directly from Spectrum and risk getting support issues with Spectrum because I'm not using their issued router, even though I'm using their modem. Or do I keep everything as is and I plug my router right into Spectrum's router and then use it as a one hop away kind of upload switch? And then the advantage of that is I would actually be protected from the Wi-Fi of the other provider. So I'd have to, if I did that, I'd have two Wi-Fi's in my house. I'd have basically a VLAN because the router that I bought has a built-in firewall. So I would actually be on a subnet. I mean, it's broad term, but that's what it would be. I would be on a protected network. Anything that's on that internal one would be there. So let's say somebody hacked. The other thing that's nice about that is I could actually give the Wi-Fi for Spectrum to anybody visiting me, and then I could keep the Wi-Fi password or not even use a Wi-Fi for the other router. Anything for a major provider is NSA ready. Is it really? Um, yeah. So, all right, I have to reboot.